But then again, then I start seeing people like Post Malone, who looks like he's like halfway in a morphing phase of like Venom, you know, with all that scribble and that barbed wire on the top of his head. He's like...
I placed it on my wrist. It's this guy right here.
Interesting.
So, cute little story here. So, yeah, going in for my 18th. It's just a kanji here, and it's supposed to represent fate, everything happening for a reason. Well, come to find out later in life, it actually doesn't mean that. It means sky or heaven. Sky or heaven, which is
Once
equally
again.
cool.
Okay, so all three of us are white in here. So white people out there,
That was foreign cars.
Stop getting foreign tattoos on you because it will not be what you think it is.
Yes, I totally agree. And as a matter of fact, the one above it actually does. It's a Hindi for fate. But I consulted on that one. I did my research the second time.
So you're now consulting now. Because I mean, like you see some of those people, like even in your film, they're like, oh yeah, I just walked into a tattoo parlor one day and I just pointed at that little, unicorn. I thought that was cute. Let's just put it right on my ass or something, And it's like,
but cheap tattoos are the worst.
Do not drink while you're going to tattoo
or
parlor.
like, don't get a man tramp stamp. Like, dude.
Ouch.
Dude, that's not
Chris,
cool anymore?
Come on.
I apologize to all the listeners on 22 West Radio listening in. I am so sorry. I do not take anything back. But it just mind boggles me because I just see some of these tattoos and, a lot of the time I can be such a hater about it, but then again, I'm the biggest hard rock heavy metal dude ever, and some of my favorite musicians are like Ronnie Radke, who was tatted up from head to toe, to, from Corey Taylor to, Oli Skies from Bring Me the Horizon. But then again, then I start seeing people like Post Malone, who looks like he's like halfway in a morphing phase of like Venom, with all that scribble and that barbed wire on the top of his head. He's like he's like a young Tom Hardy with that like.
He never heard about laser tattoo removal.
No. He covered him up with worse tattoos.
I'm like,
and continued.
This guy,
oh wait, you haven't tattooed before? Come over here, buddy.
Like when you used to like permanent marker like people like sticks on their face and stuff like that. That's what Post Malone looks like right now.
That's actually a style of tattoo out there for some of the branch of like the techno millennial type thing, and it's interesting.
Yeah, why do you think it's such a big phase now to like tat up your whole face? Because I see that more than ever. I mean, it used to start from just your neck all the way up to like your chin to your cheekbone, and now it's like
attention.
It's attention, but also forces if you really are in that personality of like, I refuse to do the rat game. I refuse to be what my parents are. Tattooing your face with ugly tattoos will pretty much keep you from going that lifestyle.
It's true. And I mean, honestly, I think it's a total F you to your parents. Like when I start thinking about that kind of stuff, I'm like, I mean, gosh, I know everybody's got different scenarios with family and stuff like that, but you obviously have other family members that think about you. And I don't know. I just never understood that. I just don't think it's cool. It just looks ugly to me. It really does. So any of the listeners out there, I'm not trying to judge you if you got a face tattoo, but you know what? It's ugly.
Was it the zombie boy? Is it zombie boy or dead boy? He just passed away. Dead boy? I think it's dead boy. He had the skull, his whole face tattooed in the skull.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, I didn't know he
passed
away.
Yeah,
Wow.
he did. And then he did
Lady Gaga.
Yeah. He did this thing where they covered up his tattoos with flesh makeup.
Yeah.
And he was so hot. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I would not have known you were that good looking. Wow.
Well, it's so funny. Like some people that are like with these tattoos, they're like completely covered. They look like a gecko or like a Charmeleon like on a wall. You know what I'm saying? They're like morphed into the wall, and it's like, oh gosh, I didn't even see you there, Marissa. I'm like, why don't you turn your whole body the other way? And then
what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a gecko.